I'll say I had to pull up our usernames just to make sure I was getting it right.
This is fucking professional shit right here, boys.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the Clone and Correct podcast. I'm your host, 556. Joined by me today is Five Forges, 7.7 by 56 millimeter, Harambe's big return, and M1 ping. We hope you look forward to our podcast. We're going to keep it as professional as possible for you guys.
Absolutely. We are going to do that.
100% official.
Now, as we were saying, animals exploding under Fleur.
It's a pretty awesome thing.
The videos are cool because the blood's hot enough because it just came out of the fucking coyotes. I've only really seen coyotes. Are there videos of that with, like, I'd assume feral hogs and stuff like that?
So
the hogs are messy.
Absolutely, there are.
I've actually got to do it. My buddy he hunts coyotes all winter long here, and he's got like a $10,000 thermal optic on his AR, and I went out with him one night, and like, just it's like amazing. There's no other word for it. You see this white hot coyote running across the field, and the next thing you know, it's just white hot everything behind it as you pull the trigger.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fucking art gallery. I want to get a FLIR now.
Dude, like, in
Taliban
his FLIR does the recording thing, so he can like record his hunts and stuff. And like, this dude's so serious that he has, the FLIR on his gun, and then he wears a set of PVS 15s and drives with infrared lights, because road hunting is a legal thing here.
So he sounds like he has a lot of money.
Well, he makes ballpark about $30,000 every year just off coyote pellets alone.
Wow.
Shit.
Wait, how much?
About $30K.
Jesus.
Yeah, he sets up trap lines. He does. He drives around, shoots them at night, and all that kind of stuff.
I assume road hunting kind of helps.
Yeah, road hunting helps a lot, and that's a big thing here. But when it's 30 below, you kind of don't want to sit. So
I know for a fact the game wardens will pop you so fast for doing that shit in other states where it's illegal. They'll set up those fake deers and just have dudes sitting off, and then as soon as you shoot, they'll just surround you.
I think it was sorry, it was like National Geographic or something like that did a documentary on the cops, and it just made the cops, like, I understand it's illegal and that road hunting is, when it's illegal you shouldn't do it, but it made the cops look like such assholes because they take the time to set up this deer and in the field, make it look realistic, like this deer prop, and then they just sit in some bushes, I don't know, 100, 150 yards away, and they wait there for, I don't know, half hour, maybe longer than that, and then somebody pulls up and shoots it, and then they sprint out, they're like, freeze! And then they run over, and they're all like, they're both two game wardens, they're both two like old men that are out of shape, so they run over like, you're under arrest.
Sounds like a trap, man.
And that's the nice thing about North Dakota, right? So North Dakota, if the land is not legally posted, it's free game to hunt on. Like, we can go on it, we can hunt on it, we can do what we want on it. And then when it comes to road hunting, the only regulation is you have to be in the ditch. So all I have to do is pull my truck over and stop, like, take 5 or 6 steps into the ditch, and it's fair game.
Now, is this 2 feet down, or can you have one in and one out?
Oh, you can have one in and one out.
Okay.
I've literally, so we can't have our rifles loaded in the truck unless you have a concealed weapons permit. Then you can have your rifle loaded in the truck, even, because it's a concealed weapon.
No, wait, is there a definition of loaded, magazine loaded and chambered, or just can it be magazine loaded, not chambered?
It's chambered, so you can have as many rounds in the magazine as you want, as long as it's not chambered, it's not loaded. But right. Yeah, I've literally seen dudes that, like, during deer season, they open up their door and they like 1 foot in the ditch, 1 foot still on the road, and they shoot a doe at 300 or 400 yards. Like, okay,
Alpha male activities.
yeah. Well, North Dakota is like that last place that's still kind of western and wild, I guess.
There's also South Dakota with that wonderful governor they have there.
You know, South Dakota's a like bunch of nothing.
Isn't both Dakotas like much of nothing? I have never been west of the Mississippi. I imagine it's like a wasteland out there, except for California and parts of Colorado.
We have a joke here in North Dakota that the running joke is you can watch your dog run away for 2 weeks.
I've heard that before.
That flat. Honestly, you want the best description of North Dakota? Look up the Family Guy
Yes.
North Dakota Department of Tourism ad. That's North Dakota.
Oh my gosh.
Have you guys ever seen those Ohio tourism videos that are
Those are
obviously
fucking
not actual tourism videos? It's like some guy, I don't know, some guy made them for a college class or something. He made them about Cleveland.
Yeah, they're on YouTube, right?
Oh, they're so funny.
I've seen them in my recommended. I haven't watched them.
Oh,
though.
they're worth the 2 minutes.
I'm see, that's the funny thing because I'm originally from Ohio, so I get both ends of it. Like I can look at the North Dakota shit and laugh at it, and then I can turn around and laugh at the Ohio shit.
Things to do in Ohio. Number 1.
Nothing.
Leave.
Leave.
Go somewhere
I feel
else.
bad for Western Consulting being out there, just sitting in Ohio shooting his black powder guns.
Is he in Ohio? I always thought
Yeah.
he'd be like out
He's
western
in.
more.
I'm 99% sure he's in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in Ohio.
Even
He's
city
got
names in Ohio are depressing, like
Cleveland.
Toledo. That just sounds like a terrible place. That sounds like one of the circles of hell.
Toledo is a terrible place.
Toledo sounds like something you get sucked into if you did enough fucked up shit in your life.
You know what the best place in Ohio is?
The border.
Outside of
I was getting ready to say
Highway.
it's either into like West Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, any of those places. That's the best place in Ohio,
So it's kind of just like airport security.
pretty much.
How much money would you pay out of your own pocket to just have Ohio secede and become its own country so you never have to go there again?
You know, they actually tried to fight a war over that, right?
Was this like
Enlighten me.
recently?
No, this was way back in the 1800s kind of thing.
It'd be more interesting if it was recently. I can respect
Yeah,
them for
it
that.
would
I
be.
don't think there have been many successful secession attempts as of late.
I don't know. Texas likes to threaten it, but they
Texas
kind of had
likes
that huge freezing issue this year.
I was going to say Texas likes to threaten it, and then they freeze and divert all the power from North Dakota to Texas. And
You
they
know,
go, oh, wait a minute, we can't do this.
This is not
You know
sustainable.
that all could have been avoided, but they passed something saying that they don't want government engineers coming in. And I'm not advocating for government. I think it's completely useless. But they passed something saying that they didn't want government engineers or inspectors coming to check their power grid, that they would do it themselves. Talk about falling asleep at the fucking wheel when everything freezes and you can't get power to your citizens.
100%, dude. The funny thing is all their power is on like the same cooperative network as North Dakota, right? So they have that freeze there, and it's what, 15, 20 degrees there, and everybody's fucking dying.
31.
People have icicles hanging from their ceiling fans.
But the funny thing is we get a notification here in North Dakota that says, hey, you're going to have rolling blackouts so we can supply Texas with power. It was 32 below in North Dakota. And we're like, cool, we're having rolling fucking blackouts to make sure the Texans don't fucking die.
It's all fun and games being quote-unquote independent until it goes 1 degree below freezing and suddenly nobody knows how to drive anymore.
Texans
Oh my
also
god,
made up
yeah, all those
Get that
lifted
out there.
trucks, dude.
All those
If it-
lifted
Also, like, once a
quote-unquote
year.
off-road trucks.
The running joke here is they
Okay.
can't drive in the summertime, they can only drive in the wintertime.
Fuck Texas. I'm just gonna say it.
No, Texas
Some
is
Texas
overrated.
Highly
are
overrated
okay.
state.
Very overrated.
They
Yeah.
finally got constitutional carry after being part of the union for how many years?
Yeah, after 21 other states had done it.
Something no one's ever said before is, "Oh wow, I never knew you were from Texas."
Dude, it's like, was it Black Rifle Coffee Company? Those assholes posted a video like, ship people from Texas, don't say. And the whole
Yeah,
thing is
yeah.
just them like doing Texas tropes and thinking they're the funniest people on earth. And then that video had, I don't know, 100,000 likes. Every single like was somebody from Texas. I guarantee it. They just sit there and jerk each other off like, oh, man, this place is great, isn't it?
Texas?
They share it to Facebook wearing their grunt style hoodie and drinking AK-47 coffee.
AK-47 blend isn't that bad.
It's not. I say that because it's the only one I've ever had, and it was actually okay.
It's actually okay.
I've had better, but
Gunship
my
is
hat.
okay too. That being said, Texas is the most overrated state, and I only spent about 6 fucking weeks there, and it was enough to say I'm never going back.
What do you think the most underrated state is?
North Dakota.
That's a tough one.
I'm not accepting that answer. I'm going to need
New
I'm
I
going
will
to need
not
something.
accept
It's
Well,
certainly
Dakota.
I
not.
will justify that answer if I need to.
It's
All right,
certainly
yeah.
not Missouri or Kansas.
I've got an answer. New Mexico.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, New
New
Mexico,
I've never been to New Mexico.
Been there,
Pretty
done
cool.
that. Sucks.
Arizona, New Mexico, like all the Fallout states seem
Arizona,
really cool to me.
Arizona's kind of overrated at this point just because it's turning blue.
It's leather shops
Yeah.
and horseback riding.
I mean, what state isn't turning blue about now? I mean, fuck, Texas is turning blue.
North Dakota.
Well, there's
Yeah,
how many
it's the
people were in
cities.
North Dakota? 6?
There's like 5 people in North
I
Dakota.
could move to
1,
North
2,
Dakota and like win an election in my own county.
Hey, just remember, they had a tornado warning in Montana, and they didn't even know if the dude was home because there was only one guy that lived in that county.
I've seen that.
One
There
of my
must be a
favorite
couple
things to
towns
do-
like that.
One of my favorite things to do is look at like really empty or rural states, and you just see every city that is not tiny, and they're always blue
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That's how.
every single time.
It's like
So north, we have Minot, which is a major city. We have Bismarck, which is a major city. Williston, Grand Forks, and Fargo. And the biggest city is Fargo, and it's the only blue city in the entire state.
When you say like big cities, what's the population of these places?
Oh shit, Minot's like 100,000 people tops. Like real talk. So there's a statistic out there. Don't quote me on this. For the state of North Dakota, there's 6 cows to every person.
That's not all
I
right.
believe that.
That's a legitimate statistic. You can look it up.
I 100% believe it.
In some counties, there's more nuclear weapons than there is people.
Also believe
Yeah, they
that.
store them all up there so they don't freeze in
Based.
Alaska, but they're still close enough to hit the Russians.
I mean, realistically, we store them here because, that way if we get nuked, not a bunch of people die.
No strategic officer for the Soviet Union or China or North Korea has ever talked about nuking North Dakota. I would be shocked to hear if any of them knew North Dakota was a state.
So I get to talk about this.
How they know
this
that?
This is one of the unclassified things I can talk about, right? So we actually had the Russians visit on a regular basis, and they know exactly where we are. They know exactly where every nuclear missile site is, and they get to inspect us on a no-notice kind of deal. They give us a 36-hour notice to inspect us to make sure we're abiding by the START treaties.
Is that for start or assault?
It's START or SALT. I can't remember
One
which
of
one
those
it is.
fucking things.
It's one of those arms reduction treaties, right? So they actually get to come in and inspect us, and I actually kind of had a personal note about this because I was sitting in a DFAC one day and we got a notification that the Russians
on.
were coming, and they were like, hey, the Russians are coming. Don't say anything stupid. And we started, cracking in Soviet Russia jokes. And they actually made us leave the dining facility because they were afraid that we were going to offend the Russians.
You know who Russia should do that to
Yeah.
next? Israel. Those fuckers
China.
won't tell anybody how many nukes they have.
They don't have
what's
as many as we
that?
do.
What were you saying?
What?
Somebody was going to ask a question.
Yeah, hold on.
You need a new mic, man. I
Talking
can't
about
hear what
slept
you're
on
fucking
states,
saying.
this is just a little bit. It's certainly the fuck not Missouri or Kansas, because that's the people that quit before getting to the Pacific Northwest before they wanted to get gold.
Yeah, I think it's is it Kansas City or no? It's St. Louis. Like per capita, by far the most dangerous city in the country.
You know, you say
it
that,
really?
but there's two. All right, there's a little thing to that, is that it's split into St. Louis County, or St. Louis City and St. Louis County. So there's a split where the city, and it makes up the two different demographics. Then people are trying to get it to merge, and if it did, it would be a lot less, because that only the crime statistics only match to the city instead of like as a whole with St. Louis County.
I think I could look it up. I could be wrong. If you look at like a list of the most dangerous cities in the world, like
We are
you
number
get
one in
past,
chlamydia.
yeah, you get the
Yeah.
you get like the Honduran cities and the Brazilian cities, and there's St. Louis just smack dab in the middle of all those shit.
I will say, I did work in the city a lot because I grew up close to it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty down there sometimes. But I was working as a landscaper at this one. I'm not going to say where, but I was working as a landscaper down in the city, and I was digging out some dirt. And this guy walked up and he's like, "You seen that white rabbit anywhere?" Said, "What?" It's like this big fluffy white rabbit. I saw it earlier, and that's why I came over here to talk to you about it. Dude smelled awful. Was 100% 10% on something. And then a couple years later, I was working a security job at a bar, and I was taking out the trash, and there was just a drive-by that happened on the block next to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely some crime and other stuff going on.
St. Louis County or city is not on the most dangerous cities in the world.
Isn't it? I might be wrong about that.
According to ArmorMax.com, the 2021 most dangerous cities in the world. Number 1, Tijuana, Mexico.
But they have gun control. That's not possible.
Okay. I
No, show me sources that agree with my worldview.
yeah, let me just pull those out of my ass.
We need some fact checkers.
Some
Snopes.
Facebook fat checkers in here.
Snopes will do it.
Oh yes, the unbiased, notoriously reliable Snopes.
Yep.
Man, I remember seeing those things pop up, and it was the weirdest thing ever. You can't go a day without seeing one now. I mean, not just on gun Instagram, because obviously, I'm assuming most of us have personal social media.
No, all that got deleted.
Okay.
Oh, here it is.
Share 10 articles about FedEx flying the Muslims in.
Real quick, it's on Wikipedia. Cities by murder rate. St. Louis is number 9, right in between Vitória da Conquista, Brazil, and Cape Town, South Africa.
That's very random.
That's not that random.
I would have expected LA over like St. Louis.
Detroit's at 34, and then those are the only two in the top
Detroit's so
50,
low
I
because
think.
they have urban survival training.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
you're saving lives up there,
Survival
man.
training.
Doing God's work.
Survivability.
I guarantee they've dropped from top 10 to, and they're going to be at 100 in like 3 years because of that same.
Oh, guaranteed.
So we're
Did a
gonna get him
whole
on the
thing.
podcast soon, right?
Did a whole thing once, got all wrapped around the axle, and broke down like states by firearm ownership and gun homicide rate, and there's pretty much zero correlation between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And slight negative correlation, but it's total bullshit that, more guns is more death.
No, totally impossible. CNN said that more guns equals more crime.
It's true. I was the crime.
Just look at Chicago. Chicago is very violent because all the people from Indiana just run guns across the border.
Oh, it's
Obviously.
totally Indiana and Wisconsin's fault. You know,
Yes, Wisconsin.
every time I drive through Chicago on my way home, right? I'm like, oh crap, I got to take my gun off in Wisconsin because all these Wisconsinites and all these Indianans are fucking just shooting up Chicago.
At the in
Thanks, Obama.
Missouri and Illinois concealed carry classes, or Missouri, I can't remember. They tell you like where to stop and how to stop when you need to take your gun off and lock it, because you can't have ammunition and the firearm together in Illinois.
So if you look it up, like it might be handgunlaw.us even. There are websites that tell you in each state around Illinois that tell you where you stop, take your gun off, put it in the lockbox, unload it, all that good shit, just so you can drive through Illinois.
I know plenty of motherfuckers that just leave their stuff loaded and stay on the highway.
Yeah, right. If I didn't drive through Chicago directly every time on my way to Ohio, I would 100% leave it on. But the problem is I drive through Chicago. And, like the last time we went through Chicago, we ended up having to make a restroom stop on Garfield Avenue. And like the worst street in Chicago for shootings. We have to stop, and my wife goes into some random Wendy's to use the restroom. She was like, I had to stop, and they had like some person that had was handing out door codes to make sure people weren't doing shit in the bathrooms. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, let's get the hell out of here.
They shut down a Burger King in some county in St. Louis because people were going in and shooting up heroin in the bathroom.
That sounds like Ohio.
Yeah.
Sounds like
small town America. Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's a correlation
it's
between Burger King.
That's just small town.
Yeah, Burger King shit. Fuck Burger King.
King's customers.
I will
Burger
not
King.
take the Burger King slander. No.
Fuck Burger King.
Whoa.
No.
Take it down a notch. Why Burger King?
It's Wendy's.
Dude, I got a
and it's
Whopper
Burger
this time
King.
last year, and it was dry as hell.
I'll admit.
Every time I go to Burger King, that shit is just drenched in mayo.
Dude, there's so many.
Then get some light mayo, brother.
You want a whole onion and tomato on your burger? Go to Burger
I'm okay
King.
with that.
Wendy's.
No, it's not an issue. It's just that
Now
Burger King is
you're
fucking
both.
shit.
Now y'all are bad mouthing both of my favorite fast food chains.
You like Burger King? Oh
I
man.
like Burger King and I like Wendy's. Why? Because there's a Burger King on every fucking Air Force
Every
installation.
single military base has
Okay,
a
Wendy's is
Burger
good.
King and fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Whoa, wait a minute. My base doesn't have a Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm kind of mad about it.
Start a petition.
Do you have a Subway? Because it's those three. Every base.
Every base has a fucking Subway, and every base has that stupid pizza place.
Domino's?
Sbarro?
Not Domino's. No, it's not Sbarro. It's
Domino or what you said, Domino's? Pizza Hut?
My base did not.
No, Papa John's.
Nope. Wasn't
Really?
on one. Did not have one
Yeah,
of those.
we've got a Papa John's, and then our FSS runs their own pizza place, which is actually better than Papa John's. So
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Pizza Hut is the worst fast food style pizza.
You have
Yes.
awful takes about food. No, I like Pizza Hut. I'm not taking it. The
Pizza
breadsticks
Pizza
are
Hut is
good.
horrible.
Okay, 7-7, you've been wrong twice now. So
No, okay, I didn't get to fully defend my take on Burger King.
No,
So,
hold on.
I know
hold on.
Burger King.
Stopping you right there. Pizza Hut in the 90s was good.
yes, the sit down Pizza Huts, those were
Yes.
fucking.
They still
Pizza
have those.
Hut
They
now
still have those.
There's
in
one of those a
couple
mile
places.
from my house.
Absolutely garbage.
Pizza Hut here sucks because on my end of town, Pizza Hut does not deliver.
Ugh, what the fuck?
Yeah, so the Pizza Hut from my apartment is like 2.5 miles away, and apparently that's too far for them to deliver.
You got to get DoorDash or something, or
I'm not paying
Uber
that
Eats.
fucking delivery fee just for Pizza Slut.
Fucking Domino's will deliver down like 2 miles of dirt roads out
No,
here.
no fucking Domino's doesn't deliver here either.
that's bullshit.
Sounds like you just need to move.
Yeah, well, that's
Just
the
move,
cost
bro.
of living in North Dakota.
I'm surprised you even have restaurants out there. I would assume you just have to kill your own deer and then eat venison for the next 2 months.
Well, I mean, I do that, but
He's got to
that's beside
salt
the
it and
point.
keep it on a rack outside, defend
Yeah,
it from
you
the
don't have
wolves.
no electricity. I'm surprised you're even talking to us right now.
Yeah, just hunt for your own pizza, man. Damn.
Well, what you're missing is I've got like a little pump generator that I'm using to keep the internet and then my phone going right now. So,
You're plugged into the local hydroelectric dam.
yep. Like, Sakakawea is doing great things for me right now.
Surprised he's not at the old internet cafe right now.
What is that?
What?
You've never heard of the internet cafe? I've never been
You
to one,
guys
but I've
have
heard
never
of them.
heard of internet cafes?
No, so we don't have internet
Cafe was in Grand
cafes.
Theft Auto
but, like,
4.
you know, Starbucks has free Wi-Fi, so
Well, Starbucks, by that definition, could be an internet cafe.
well, it is an internet cafe in North Dakota.
I don't think
Isn't
you guys know what an
everywhere with
internet
Wi-Fi
cafe
in
is.
North Dakota internet cafe.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna send the Wikipedia link and
That's
chat,
what I'm looking
and
at
you guys
right now
can-
because I never actually got a good explanation. I just kind of pretended I knew what it meant.
I know what they are.
I know what an internet cafe is, and I live in North Dakota.
Okay.
Oh, it's just any goddamn cafe that provides internet
No,
access. That's
it's
a load
not.
of bullshit. I thought that's what Wikipedia says. Well, Wikipedia has never lied to anyone.
Not once.
Did you see their founder the other day was saying you gotta like double fact check for yourself, not like fact check as and fact check as we know when our posts get tagged for talking about that virus that's going around.
sus stuff.
That
That
Corolla.
sussy baka. Yeah.
That China sus stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wikipedia, if you're curious, Detroit Urban Survival Training does not have a Wikipedia page.
we should
You
make
wanna
it one.
make- Wait. All right, hang on. Next episode, can we make them one?
We can.
Yes.
We can. Yes. We need to
Alright.
actually do some research and get some ideas. We could. I would
I know
really
their
like to get him on the
founder-
podcast. I like the man.
I know the founder is ex-army infantry.
You know what?
I read about
what,
him because they were in a news article.
Rip.
While we're talking about people we should have on the podcast, and awesome trainers that are just giving out quality information, we need to get Lucas Bakken on the podcast.
Oh, he's the only one our page follows because he knows everything.
I think
Yeah,
that
he's-
we're a
he's-
little small for
Lucas
Lucas. Lucas is a
Botkin.
big fish. Give it a few weeks until we gather 20, 30,000 followers. I think we can have him in no time.
Yeah, we'll get Lucas on here.
Lucas Thotkins.
Lucas Bakken, and we're Drew Hopkins.
All right, we will have a
No,
condition.
I don't
if we do get
recognize
him on
him as
here,
Drew Hopkins. I recognize him as Drew Conquer Me Daddy Hopkins.
if Drew or Lucas comes on the podcast, we will not make any puns of your names while you're here. Before and after you have, you'll never know.
No,
Hey,
you know what?
just
No,
never forget. In 2013, I used $1,000 and an iPod Touch to start a company. Now I have an iPhone and work with 70 plus awesome people. It's like, I barely got through this bio without laughing. God. He's such a, and credit to Lucas for having thick skin, but he gets made fun of every fucking week, man.
Oh, constantly.
hey.
Yeah.
He's consistent meme material, and like he always has been, and he does to his credit. And this is probably the only time I'm going to speak positively. He does some good things. He does push the Overton window. Some of the stuff he does put out there does make sense.
I do like that he
And-
copied Spiritus's plate carrier and supplied him to a bunch of people. Hats off, Lucas.
Yeah, but at the same time, now he can't supply it because they fucked it up. So
The AC
But-
Uno.
yeah, the AC Uno.
Yeah, so what was the whole deal with that? I missed out on that.
Basically,
whole thing.
from how I understand it, Jens
Right.
can stop me if I'm incorrect about this.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, I probably will be. I'm pretty sure that a company lied about where they were being manufactured and like to the tolerances they were being manufactured, and they were actually making them in Mexico. So he sold the
That's-
Mexican-made ones as a limited run that were, instead of the AC1, they were called the AC Unos.
That's
Okay.
exactly what it was.
and they had an
Um,
entire dress-up day about it.
I was
Oh, they did.
disappointed.
Dude,
I saw
yeah.
the video,
They
how to
made-
play Uno. I thought he was going to be
they-
playing Uno.
They made that fucking Sicario style fucking
Yes.
video out of it.
Yep.
And so you know what? That's one of the other positives I'll give Lucas and T-Rex Arms, right? Like some of his nylon stuff that he sells is really good. Like the dump pouch is a really good product.
I actually was looking at his dumb pouch a few days ago. I think I might get it.
I have one and I really like it. I recommend it. His mid one pouch. Same thing. I recommend it. It's a good piece of kit. Everything else is a rip off of everybody else's, right? Like his slings are a rip off of fucking Feral Concept slingsters. His
Are we shitting on T-Rex now?
No, we're just discussing T-Rex. We haven't decided whether or not we're going to shit on him yet.
We're discussing. I haven't gotten on the
We're
shit
prairie
on him
dogging right
soapbox
now.
yet.
We're prairie dogging.
Ooh, turtling.
Very talking. Man, I haven't done one in a while.
The slings are a copy of the Pharaoh slingster.
Great
The
sling, by the way.
carriers are a copy of the LV-119. But there is some stuff here and there that he does well, and there is some stuff that like on the culture side of thing he does well, right?
His holsters
Like
are pretty
the-
good.
Yeah, I agree.
For the price, the Ragnarok is a solid holster for the price.
100% agree.
Is not a solid holster and is on my avoid list. Mainly because I had one and I ran it a lot, but it got to the point where it stopped retaining a firearm. Like I would run and my Glock would fall out of its holster. And there's a couple of videos on his Instagram even where you can go through and go, oh wait, his gun just fell out of the fucking holster because they have retention issues. And it's the same thing with a sidecar, right? His sidecars they look cool at first glance, but I know several people that have had a sidecar holsters that within 3 months the Kydex cracks and it's done.
I'll let you
will-
know.
I believe.
I'll,
Yeah.
Give a little bit of a shout out. I've been carrying a phalanx concealment Glock 26 holster. I learned about it watching a Sean Ryan video. He shouted him out. So I was like, you know what? Hey, I got some extra money and I got I had just got received a Glock 26 as a present. And I was like, all right, you know, I'll carry this over a Palmer AD with no serial number.
Glock 19 game.
That's probably a good move.
Great plan.
Yeah. And the thing is held up amazing.
So
I really like it.
if we're going to do shout outs for holsters, if anybody listening to this and any of y'all in this are carrying a gun that has a Surefire X300 or a Streamlight TRLR1,
I'm listening.
the Filster Floodlight is a fantastic holster, and it will fit anything that has either one of those lights on it as long as you buy the version for that light. Personally, I carry my Staccato 2011 and my Nighthawk 1911 and my Glock 19 with a Holosun 509T in the same holster because it locks in on an X300.
Yeah, I know a couple of people with the floodlight, and they all pretty much rave about it.
Yeah, it's a quality piece of kit. I'm a little different than most people. I actually like the soft loops over the DCC clips. and that's because I have a dad bod, and the soft loops let the gun move a little bit as I move.
Oh, that makes me think of something. Belts. I have actually a T-Rex arms belt for like carrying, and that has been actually pretty great. But again, it is kind of just, a clone of other shit. People have done that shit 1,000 times. It's just a regular ass stiff belt with a Cobra buckle.
What I've been using for matches is a cheap ass. I think fuck this company in general, but I think it's a Midway USA. It was like $30. It has the inner Velcro belt and then the outer like stiff belt that I have all my my holster and my mag pouches on. That thing's great.
Did you say fuck Midway? What is wrong with you?
Because of their NRA round.
Come to your house tonight, and he is going to bubba all your guns.
Oh no, no, it's the NRA roundup, and I could be wrong. Was it not Midway that like the second the incident, the China incident, hit the U.S. and they were like, wait, we can price gouge people? They upped to their 556, 500%.
That was cheaper than dirt.
Yes, of course, that's cheaper than dirt. Okay, I apologize. Midway, you guys are okay, I guess. I'm still.
Larry Butterfield forgives you.
Before we switch gears to ragging on price gougers, for my everyday carry belt, I use a Langdon Tactical EDC belt. Great piece of kit.
Yeah, those are really good.
Long Dong Tactical.
A Long Dong Tactical EDC belt, and just so you'll be there with me, I use a Lead Devil USA range belt for on the range.
I just use the Blue Alpha belt.
I have an HSGI.
I've heard good things about Blue Alpha.
I was actually looking at Grantham's emissary belt when he was doing they were doing Segura gear. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Yeah,
Those look really cool.
They were doing a Blim sale, and Blim sale, it's like half price off.
Sales.
Y'all love Blim sales. Cloud Defensive, I think, is still doing theirs right now.
Yes,
they
are.
By the time this airs, they will not be doing.
Yeah,
this.
by the time this airs, it will probably be sold out.
Oh, I haven't told you we're live streaming.
That was a $300. That was that was a $369 light. That is now $269.
Wow.
No. Light package. Sorry, light package. Not
on a side note, did y'all see the gangster grip that ended up in Cloud Defense's trade-in program?
Yes, I love their trade-in.
Oh my god,
No.
dude! Yeah,
what?
I saw like 3 people commenting like, "Hey, I will buy that off you."
I was one of those people.
Yeah,
Because
that
I
was
was
you.
getting-
Because you posted that on your story and you said,
Someone
"I will do
posted shit
anything."
in the picture thread.
That
I haven't seen
gangster
it.
grip is worth more, like 3 times as much as any of their lights are.
Do you think it might be a fake then?
No,
Or do you think it's
looking.
someone that didn't know what the fuck they were doing?
No, I think it's somebody that really didn't know what they have, because I looked at that picture and I zoomed in and took a closer look at it. That looks like a legitimate Knight's Armor gangster grip, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, I get it. Somebody wants a better light, but do you
That
realize
is not
what
the
you
fucking
just
thing
sent
to
them?
use.
Like me, granted, clone incorrect, right? Even being clone incorrect, I'm looking at that going, "Holy Mother of God, give me that gangster grip."
Salivating.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would give up almost anything just to be able to dive into that box of lights and.
I
There were some
guarantee
good
you will
shots.
find a couple gems.
I want to know how many mod lights got turned in.
At least
Seriously, man.
At least
5.
I saw people trading Surefires in. I was talking about this with Swamp Fox Imposter. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, dude. I saw.
I can.
You go on the
You know
mod light
what?
group. If you go on the mod light group, you see like just everybody simping for mod light so hard and like, can't wait to get rid of all my X300s for this. Jesus Christ, the X300 is a really good light. If you want
The X300 is a great light.
It's
And-
fucking great.
And like, I'm excited for the PL350, but I'm not like selling all of my X300s to get a PL350.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would like one, but I'm not gonna get rid of mine at all, ever.
I recently bought and just now put on my 11.5 is the Surefire M640U. It's not the DF that takes the 18650 battery.
Yeah.
Mine
I
only
think you
takes.
sent me that.
Yeah, it's solid, man. I really like its mounting not software. Its
Yeah,
mounting
software.
system.
Software.
Its mounting system is awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's got
my
Bluetooth on
only
it.
my only complaint with Surefire lights is the Candela, and
It's
I'll
noticeable, yeah.
They are pretty much all spill, no hotspot.
exactly. And I'll admit I'm a mod light whore when it comes to
What?
rifle lights.
But I've got to say that all spill approach is fucking great for the X300,
It
especially
is.
gun line.
The hotspot.
Well, it's like all spill. It's just pretty much a big cone of light that is all equal.
So
Big post
I don't mind
did.
it. I don't
I
mind
have
it.
a big post I did on like I think 6 lights. It's an
yes,
X100, like a G2X and like 2 mod lights and 2 Arasakas, and I did it all on manual mode on a camera in the same light environment, and it's I don't know. Just go look at it.
For what it's
it's a
worth,
great post. If you haven't seen it, go look at it.
Yeah,
the
it's
price?
actually really informative.
that
But it got like
that post
10
is really
likes or
good.
whatever.
Real talk. So both of
I'll
my
make sure I share
primary
it to the podcast page later.
both of my primary EDC lights, right? I run X300s on both pistols. My Staccato and my Nighthawk both wear an X300U. My defensive carbine, my primary one, which is my Mach 18, which has somehow been blessed as being the picture for the page.
So we hit up
is-
the illustration, Nathan.
What?
Oh yeah, we're hitting up Nathan the illustrator.
Well, that'd be
He's gonna
cool.
clone their
He's cool.
podcast logo for us.
That's going to be awesome.
He's a-
I have a copy of that.
He's
my
pretty cool.
rifle. Anyways, that rifle is wearing a Mod Light 1860 PLH V2, and it's a great light. I love it. You're looking at like I can see something at 150 meters, identify what they're holding. Great light. My 16-inch Block 2 Recce, what the fuck is this build? Has an OKW on it, and I can I can hit about 300 meters. I can look at it and go, okay, I know what he's holding. I can engage if I need to. That being said, the other lights aren't bad lights. I have X300s on both my handguns. They do exactly what I need them to do. My MP5 has a BNT tactical light on it that uses a old school Surefire KH head on it. And, for a sub gun that's 100 meters and in, it's perfect.
I will say, going back to the hotspots thing real fast, is my HLX I have, my Streamlight, really surprised me when I was shooting it a few months ago in, I believe it was February. I was pushing it out to 100 and 150 yards. And I was like, this light that I paid, I think $124 for in total for pressure pad and all that is really surprising me, and I like it for the price I got it at.
Which light is it?
I can pull it up real fast. I'll drop the link in the chat. Just give me a second.
for what it's worth, within like 100 yards, I have a G2X on my rifle because I'm poor.
You're gonna say a G2C?
No. The G2X works pretty well. I mean, for what I need it to do. I know it's not the best light, and it definitely doesn't have the best output, but I've hit it against rocks before. Still works. I'm happy with it.
But
Oh yeah, same. I have a G2X actually on that light test that I did.
the G2X and the XLX for that matter.
No, I
Both
have the
pieces
ProTac
get-
actually.
The 1K lumen one.
Yeah, I have the ProTac. I get the
Yeah,
names.
I also
confused.
have that on the light test I did.
Yeah.
7 light.
Or maybe it's the HL. I don't know. It's painted right now, so I can't tell
There-
which is which.
Surefire's naming, not Surefire, Streamlight
Streamlight.
names are fucking stupid.
It's kind of like what Xbox is doing with their stuff.
Xbox One X, 360, 920, 69.
I'm still pissed they didn't just release this Xbox 720. It was a swing and a miss.
Oh my god, everyone thought it was going to be the 720. I remember.
Remember all the pictures of it going around that were like a giant sphere? It looked like one of those original MacBook desktops.
Oh, I remember that. And all the PS4 leaks back from 2011, 2012.
Oh man.
Oh god.
I remember the what they thought the PS3 controller was going to look like. Do you remember that?
leaks right there.
A whole nother podcast.
Oh god, yeah.
Speaking of which, we're 45 minutes in right now.
We're going strong. I like how we're going.
We're making it an hour and a half on this episode.
Should we start to dig into the actual topics that we wrote down, or what?
Yeah, we did write the topics.
we'll get to 'em.
Well, we can go to an hour right now, call it quits, and then just review some feedback from our loving fans, all 8 of you, and then
Fuck the fans.
Fuck the
Whoa.
fans.
see
hey,
what
man,
they
we
think
gotta
we can
love
do
them.
better and or worse.
Hey, keep this going, man.
I say we
I mean,
Do we make a
could
Patreon
just
or an OnlyFans?
split it.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Hey, OnlyFans is
Picks for the
rebranding
win.
right now, man.
Are they?
I saw an ad on. Yeah, they have ads on Hulu right now talking about for
What?
music
OnlyFans?
DJs and stuff. And
So if
influencers. They're trying to rebrand
if-
as something where you don't just
Like
show
a
your
Patreon
fucking
type
brown
thing.
balloon knot. Yeah.
No. So real talk, like
Horrible things
talking
in
about
my
that.
life. I ain't
If-
never
if-
freaking paid money to see somebody's Gucci.
No.
If you guys aren't in on the whole tech world space, OnlyFans is trying to rebrand at the moment, and they're getting ready to do a massive ban wave on anybody that does the show my gooch for money thing, because
porn.
they don't want to be associated with that.
First
They
you
want
had
to
my
be
curious honesty.
they-
Now you had my.
they want to be
attention.
like a Patreon 2.0, where like, hey, here's these creators that you can be fans of, and you can fund them and
They're pretty
do
much-
X, Y, and Z.
So what you're
And
saying
they're
is-
trying to shake this legacy of it's a pornography website to rebrand
sounds-
themselves.
That
Is
sounds
that-
a lot like how MySpace fucking blew their own brains out.
If
It's
that's the
probably
case-
what's going to exactly happen to OnlyFans is they're going to try to rebrand, blow their own brains out, and be done.
Well, gentlemen, I'm noticing a hole in the market opening up, and a prime opportunity for us to invest in something that will almost certainly flop, but might
The Washington Redskins.
the Washington football team,
Cleveland
Washington.
Defenders or whatever the fuck they are.
the
Washington
Guardians,
Football
the
Club.
Cleveland
Guardians.
Guardians. God, that's a
It's
terrible
a
name.
minor league team.
That's a high school name.
Don't even get me started.
Oh no, Ping, are you a fucking Indians fan?
Oh yeah, he
No,
said
I'm
he was
actually
from
a-
Ohio.
I'm actually a Reds fan, but
Okay, that's less terrible.
the whole Indians rebranding and renaming pisses me off for other reasons, because if you actually go look at why the Indians are called the Indians, it was actually to honor the first Native American player in the Major League Baseball circuit. Like the whole reason that their name was the Indians was because the first Native American player that ever played for MLB was in the Cleveland team, and they named the whole team after him. And now they're renaming to the Guardians. Yeah, and now
I see we've moved from OnlyFans to
baseball.
team changes.
I mean, America's sport.
Sports ball.
That's the same thing with the
had a
Chicago
great-
Blackhawks.
I had a great introduction from.
I am just mad that they didn't name the Cleveland team the Spiders.
That was the original name of the team.
Exactly. And they have
Yeah.
losses record.
Yeah, but before they renamed to the Indians to honor this dude, their name was actually the Spiders.
That's
And-
along the same lines as Aunt Jemima being
Oh my
like
god, that was even fucking dumber.
well-rounded woman. You know, I don't know her history off the top of my head, but like, what escaped slavery, got a college degree, and you know, became a businesswoman.
How dare her?
From what I understand about that, it still doesn't really make sense, but it almost makes sense because back in the 1800s, whenever slavery was still legal down south, and if you had like a house slave, if it was a woman, then they would be called aunts, and if it was a man, they'd be called uncle, like your house slave. So it'd be, Uncle Ben, but Uncle
So that's
Ben
where is that where Uncle Tom came from then?
Well,
probably.
That is where Uncle Tom came
it's
from.
from like a novel, but yeah, pretty much. The other thing is about like the rice. Remember Uncle Ben's rice?
Mhm.
Yeah, I actually had some
It's
Uncle Ben's
not
rice
only did
a couple
they-
days ago.
Not only, I have like 47 packages of it. Not
You gotta
only
save that.
changed the name to just Ben's, they also took his face off, which is kind of weird. Like, why not just call it Ben's and be like, oh, yeah, it's still the same guy?
You're telling me in like 20 years I could have saved that package of damn rice and it'd be worth something now because it's got a
Yeah,
black dude's
I got-
face on it.
Yeah, I got a lot of Black Dude limited editions, I guess.
They
Shit,
took,
well, it'd be worth something because the bombs dropped and you'd be living off of it.
They took Mr. Pringle's glasses and his hair. He's just an emotionless face now.
How fucking
They turned
dare
that dude into an emoji. Yeah.
I hate to
they
interrupt.
take his mustache?
His mustache is like the only thing that stayed.
Thank God.
He's
Y'all
just
See,
a depressed bald man now.
this is the thing about North Dakota. I get all this shit late. So, like, I'm still getting Uncle Ben's rice, and I'm still getting the Pringles with the logo. So y'all are telling me this, and it's the first I've ever
It's
fucking
like a
heard of
culture
it
shock.
because-
Dude, I still have Uncle Ben's on the rack at my local store. It's still
I
there.
was gonna say I can still go buy Uncle Ben's because it's on the shelf.
I wonder how different all the branding's
half
going
Ben's
to
and
be.
half Uncle Ben.
Everyone's going to be calling it Uncle Ben's for a long time also.
This
Yeah,
generation, at least.
Oh, well.
Another 85 years.
I say at least a generation, like was said, like we all grew up with it being Uncle Ben's. We're all gonna say Uncle Ben's, and even probably our kids are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's Uncle Ben's," and
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder how different branding for that shit's going to look. Like anything with a Native American or a black person in the branding
Oh,
is just
God.
not going to be there anymore. It's
forgot
like going to be
Land
so
O'Lakes.
strange.
Land
Look at
O'Lakes did
Land
that
O'Lakes.
shit too.
Land O'Lakes, yeah,
Yeah.
they took the Indian lady off of their the butter.
That's the most American thing you can do. Take away the Native American and keep the
Get
land.
rid of him. Get him out of here.
dude, my wife is Native, and she saw that, and she's like, "Why? Like, what?
Yeah.
What was the big fucking deal?" She's like, "I didn't care."
How long you
And
think
I
it
was like-
comes full circle and they start like telling the Minnesota Vikings like, no, that's cultural appropriation for Swedish people. You gotta become the Minnesota.
5 years. I give it
The
5
Boston
years.
Celtics.
There's some disgruntled.
How dare you
like,
have this
fucking
caricature?
war axe on the 50-yard line.
No, you can't do the Celtics because they're white people.
Kansas
Yeah, so are
City
the Vikings.
Chiefs, I know. There's like a
It's-
little bit of a
It's
movement.
pronounced Celtics.
I think the Braves are under pressure. The Chicago Blackhawks are under pressure.
Yeah. The Braves are they're like, oh, they have the tomahawk chop. It's racist.
The Braves
there
are
are
under
so
pressure.
many.
Literally, they call the chop racist, and it's like
There are
swinging.
there
the
are
arms.
so many videos of me doing the tomahawk chop, just absolutely hammered on people's camera rolls. So I can never be in public office now.
I
No,
gotta
well,
find-
Well, you can be in
screwed up.
public office now, but 20 years from now, not so much.
Yeah,
there is a.
No,
I got a neat fact for you about the tomahawk chop. You know that the song that the tomahawk chop goes to, right?
FSU also uses it.
Yes, correct. You know the song though, right? Everybody here knows the song.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the song?
Well, someone posted. Do you
I'll
not?
link it in. I'll link it in chat.
I mean, I'm sure you know it if you haven't heard it.
You probably
I
like
Florida
probably
State's
know
Seminole.
you'll hear it and then you'll be like, oh, I've heard this before.
Yeah,
At some
Florida's,
point in your life, you
the
have
Braves use it. Kansas City uses it.
Kansas
Florida
City, really,
State.
too?
Yeah,
Florida
the Chiefs use it.
State. Yeah,
I know
Florida State's
FSU,
typical best
it's-
schools
I
use
know
it.
FSU like started it actually, and the Braves like stole it.
I'll let them have it. No one cares about Florida State.
Missouri is Florida without beaches, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right.
Dude,
Or is
that the
Florida,
most
Missouri with
accurate
beaches?
statement I've ever heard.
I just hate that I'm from the same state the Missouri Gunrunner is from because that motherfucker is retarded.
Yeah, he is.
I'm
On
gonna stop you right
Instagram,
there. His
on
name
Instagrams.
is Missouri Cum Runner.
Yeah,
Okay,
Missouri
anyway.
Cum Runner.
Yeah, he slid
Funny
into my
thing.
DMs one time.
About the tomahawk chop.
Yeah, Tomahawk Top. Let's go.
I linked it in chat if anyone doesn't know.
What?
He linked it.
It's in general.
Topic ideas.
Yeah.
Oh no, I see it.
Oh, wrong chat. but
Whatever.
yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, it's so racist, right? People want to cancel it. Just a bunch of white people waving their arms, right?
Yeah.
I can think of another time white people were waving their arms.
That's why my family left Germany, damn it.
Hugo
Jesus
Boss
Christ.
1934 collection really shook up the world.
Dude, like, real talk, my family left Germany in the 30s
Pussies.
just to get away from that.
You saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, my great grandparents saw the writing on the wall, and the best part, my grandpa went back and fucking was a TC in fucking Europe, and one of the guns I own, one of the most prized guns I own, is a Mauser 1941 K98 that's been sporterized to all shit.
Damn.
I think Forges has seen it. Forges has seen it.
Which one? Which one?
Yeah, the Mauser with the cut down stock and all that shit.
No, I don't think so.
I'll throw it in the gun chat. My grandpa was a tank commander in Europe during World War II, and it's hilarious because everybody came over from Europe after World War One. And basically, my whole family went, fuck the Nazis, and went back and fought them during World War II.
We are the good
And then-
Germans.
We were the good Germans, and so my grandpa got to do some really cool shit. Like if you ever seen the movie Monuments Men,
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first 30 minutes of that with my dad, and then we both had to go do something, and we were like, yeah, we'll get back to this, and we just didn't.
so
good movie.
At some point in Monuments Men, there's a tank guarding a cave full of this artwork and shit. My grandpa did that. That was his tank.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Oh, that's
My grandpa liberated a concentration camp. He did all this cool shit. But during the Battle of the Bulge, and this is how this rifle has come into my possession. During the Battle of the Bulge, my grandpa was rolling up Hell's Highway, and he had some fucking Nazi fuck take a pot shot at him because he was a tank commander, and he was out of the hatch and sitting there. So this Nazi fuck takes a pot shot at him, and he taps his gunner on the shoulder, and his 37 millimeter tank cannons pointed at this poor fuck, and just shreds him with a high explosive round.
Wow.
And Grandpa jumps off the tank, grabs the rifle, checks the kid, and grabs the rifle and
Hops back
straps it
in.
to the back. He straps it to the back of the tank, and this rifle comes home. And fortunate enough, after my grandfather passed, God rest his soul, he left this rifle and his World War II victory medal to me. So I get to be the curator of history for this rifle. And one of the struggles I've ever had is, do I restore this gun back to its military dress, to like how my grandpa would have picked it up, or do I leave it in the sporterized deer rifle configuration that my grandpa turned it into?
That is actually
That is a very tough question and answer.
You know who I bet could answer that correctly? Is our followers. So do a poll, and then
Let's do it.
I don't know if I'd leave it up to a bunch of
that's an awful
single
idea.
digit,
Bump it! Bump it even more.
digit IQ people.
Make no bread.
Yeah, make no breath out of it.
8mm Obras.
Your grandpa would come down and kick your fucking ass.
He's like, what the fuck did you do to my gun? You
Like, no shit. That's my fear with this whole gun, right? Is like, I touch it and do something to it. Like, I professionally sporterize it past what he's done. And, like, he shows up and beats my ass because I did something outside of what he did.
I didn't want it that way. God damn it! Did he ever like help with it after he sporterized it?
It's in the gun picks chat. Like, the only thing that sporterizes this gun is the wood. The metal is all original military.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
I was expecting far worse.
Okay,
You know, honestly,
I don't
it's
know
not
nice,
awful.
what tank? What was it? A Stewart tank? Because you said 37 millimeter.
It was a M5A1 Stewart.
Okay, cool.
So 37 millimeter main gun.
My dad was a tanker. Like he bridged
M60s, right?
he bridged the era from the M60 to the M1.
That's badass.
Yeah, actually, his story of wanting to be a tanker was pretty cool. He was in Vietnam on like a convoy, and he saw some like M48s or whatever, like run in front of their convoy and like just shred the jungle with like canister rounds. And he was like, "Oh, fuck, I want to be a tanker." So, yeah, that
Oh,
was
the
pretty cool.
patent tanks.
Now, see, my Vietnam lineage for my family comes from my other grandpa, my mom's side. He was a combat engineer, and the landing pads that you see in the movie We Were Soldiers, my grandpa actually built those landing pads and was there while the Hueys were flying in and out from La Drang.
Oh wow.
Damn, cool.
And like, I've legitimately the most boomer thing I've done in my life. I built a from the ground up fucking M14 clone for him because like no shit took a Springfield Armory M1A and dropped it into GI furniture with a fake selector switch and all that shit just so he could have the rifle that he carried in Vietnam on his deployments.
That's
really
fucking
cool.
Should have given
That's
him a
cool.
foul.
Yeah. He needed an L1A1 or an R1A1, but
Dude,
he had an M14 and he had an M1911 and he was a radio op on top of everything else. So kudos to him.
Caliber.
strong back.
I have an uncle who was he did F-117 work while it was still like classified. Or I think he's my second uncle actually. So he went over to I think it was Nellis, he said, whenever he was still fresh enlistee. And where they slept originally was not on the actual airbase, it was close by because this was still a very classified thing. So he said they would get on buses in the mornings whenever they went to do their shit that had all blacked out windows and drive for 15 or 20 minutes and then get there and then do their shit. I forget what he said he did with them. I haven't talked to him in a good while. And he said, you know, he'd come home from his time over there and go home with my family, like, and my mother and everything like that. And he couldn't, like, actually answer most of their
Talk
questions
about
they
it.
had about it because he just wasn't allowed to. And then it finally got released to the public a few years later that, yes, the F-117, this is our Dorito, this is real. And then he was allowed to actually talk about it a little bit.
Cool thing, right? Like, I'm discount Grand Thumb over here in the Air Force, and I help put aircraft in the air and all that good shit. we put B-52s in the air every day. And there are B-52s on our base that literally no shit, like grandfathers, sons, and grandsons have worked on the same aircraft and put the same aircraft into service to drop warheads on foreheads across God knows how many conflicts at this point. And one of the only things, like, as disgruntled as I get with the Air Force and all that, right? The only like consistent thing that brings a smile to my face is seeing those B-52s take flight, be in the air, and knowing that they're going downrange and putting warheads on foreheads.
Base.
It's
I
like
would
the
say
M2
that
Browning.
would fill me with a lot of
Base.
yeah. That would fill me with a lot of job satisfaction.
Well, it's funny because I'll be driving home from the base, you know, and I live 20-ish miles away from the base, and I'll be driving home, and my drive home takes me right through the flight path for their landing path when they come in to land back on the base. And occasionally I'll take pictures and be like, oh yeah, you know, this is, you know, balls 27 or whatever taking a landing. And it's the only thing that consistently brings a smile to my face. Like, yeah, I'm vehicle maintenance. All I do is help put like ground vehicles on the road, but I am directly in the chain to make sure that aircraft could take off, fly, do a mission, kill some motherfuckers, and come back.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking rad. Also, it's pretty cool to think that some of the B-52s flying around right now also drop bombs on Vietnam.
Which is
Rolling Thunder, yeah.
That's fucking cool.
So, and I don't know if it's true, but talking to crew chiefs that are on the line that work on these things, the newest aircraft on the line was manufactured in 1972.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Oh wow!
And to take it a step further, it's the Air Force. Minot's no secret to anybody. You can look it up on the internet. What we do here, we do nukes, we do all the good shit, right? Minot has ICBMs, and for missile field patrol, we still fly UH-1 Hueys.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
And we're not flying.
Yeah, the old two-blade boys, right?
I was going to say, we don't fly
how many
the
times have you heard Fortunate Son?
Every time I see one in the fucking air. Because we don't fly the 4-blade Marine Corps Hueys. We fly UH-1 and 2-blade fucking twin Hueys.
Oh,
and they have that really distinctive whoomp 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 whoomp. And
it's what all the movies use. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
I can tell you, the 2-blade is distinct. Not only it is distinct, it is loud as fuck.
Oh yeah. So my shop, right, the vehicle maintenance shop, is 150 or 200 meters away from the 54th Helicopter Squadron. And when they fire their birds up and you hear them turbines crank up and you hear them blades start spinning, it is just pure sex.
Yes.
Like I'm a desk jockey, and I can hear that shit from inside my office.
You know what else is loud as fuck? If you get the unfortunate chance to have them be near you, V-22s.
Yes, V-22 is loud.
Fucking Osprey is so goddamn loud, even if it's in whatever the fuck they call it, fucking not VTOL mode, like
on the
wings down or whatever.
Yeah,
It is
the
still
straight line
loud.
flight.
Fuck yeah.
They're even louder when they fucking crash.
Which they consistently fucking do.
My buddy has a picture on his phone from his he was in the Marine Corps, and his friend that sent him this picture was in the Marine Corps. He had an Osprey crash in his backyard, and he said, "Tell me how your fucking day is going." And it's just an Osprey just took
Yeah,
out
it's
his
just a normal
backyard.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just normal day with the Osprey crashes. Yeah, I don't want to know.
So,
Tuesday.
one of the most like coveted jobs in the Air Force right now is special missions aviation, and it's a combination between crew chief and aerial gunner.
Yeah.
And they get stuck on HH-60s, V-22s, all these, basically the same aircraft the PJs use. And I have a buddy that posts all this V-22 stuff. And the pictures are cool, but we can't help but rag him every time. Like, so when's your first crash going to be? Like,
Oh, man.
have you had your crash yet? Like, we know you're going to crash. When's it going to happen?
The crash virginity card.
Do they train you for
It's like
Yeah.
it's like flying a certain number of missions in a B-17 or B-29 in World War II. As soon as you fill out your punch card in an Osprey, you get to go home.
Right?
Yeah.
2 crashes, 1 broken bone.
15th rate or whatever.
You flew 22 missions. You get to go home now.
I can't
Yeah, that
believe
was
that they still fly those things with the track record they have.
Oh, the V-22, yeah. Honestly, it was probably just like a product of like shitty 90s avionics and like being rushed, but it's still kind of.
I know, but like 2 or 3 years ago, you had those. I think it was 13 Marines, 1 corpsman, and 2 pilots died in a crash.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
My buddy was in.
Everyone died.
Yeah, everyone died. My buddy was in boot camp with one of the guys that died on the craft.
But
Oh, damn.
then there's the other thing of like news outlets picking up like total deaths and shit, and it's all just a dumpster fire.
The V-22 program it's a cool aircraft, and
It's cool as fuck, and it's like super futuristic, and it's pretty.
it's super futuristic, but its
doesn't
roots
work
go all the way
enough.
back to the 1960s.
Oh,
What
I think
game were
even
they?
further than that for like tilt rotor shit. It goes even further back, actually.
Well, I think the Nazis started it back in the 40s,
Yeah.
but the real like genesis of the V-22 starts in the 60s in the United States, and there's this like mothballed program where they tried it and it didn't work. People died test flying this fucking thing.
What about the Pogo aircraft, where they would take off vertically from an aircraft carrier with a prop? They would take off vertically, and then they would like turn fucking horizontal or some shit, and then like
the flying missile thing.
yeah. Oh my god, the Cold War was just fucking
We did some crazy shit.
LSD-ridden fucking engineers' fucking dream.
Operation
Engineers-
Paperclip to the fullest.
Yeah, those motherfuckers
Dude.
were taking meth again for the right reasons.
Oh, dude, my grandfather worked at a missile factory in the 50s and the 60s and into the early 70s. And he said that basically all the engineers that were like up top working on like,
They all spoke German, didn't they?
probably yes. But he said basically all of them were on drugs like all the time. Like he found cocaine up there and like fucking weed,
Jesus
and they were
Christ.
just always on drugs.
I told my buddy about this. I was at my friend's house earlier, and we were talking about this.
Your little pool party.
Yeah, my pregame before the podcast. And I was talking about it. It's like, yeah, you knew like Fanta. Fanta was Coca-Cola's venture for Germany, so
Yeah.
they could make sales. And almost no one knew that. They kept it secret. I'm almost
So-
positive.
So, fun fact: Fanta is actually not related to Coca-Cola. That's the common misconception. Fanta was the Nazis' way to get Coca-Cola back into the system, because Coke in like 1941 or 1942 went, "Oh fuck no, we're out."
There was a whole embargo, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we were
Coke
kind of at
was
war
like
with them. I heard.
yeah,
I hate to say it.
we don't talk about what happened between 1940 or 1939 and 1945.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hugo Boss,
39.
Volkswagen.
The whole country was on vacation, but so Coca-Cola was the most
They were
popular. Yeah,
Sorry.
Coca-Cola was the most popular pop in Nazi Germany.
Oh, you say pop, not soda?
He said pop.
What?
No, it's a pop gang. I'm in the pop gang with you here.
Soda.
He said
Anyways, so
I'm sorry, Peg.
it's all good,
What are you
dude.
talking about? Your fucking dad?
It was the most popular soft drink in Nazi
Soda.
Germany at the time of the embargo. So Fanta was the way that the Nazis reintroduced it. And the original formula for Fanta is very close to Coca-Cola. And it's not this weird fucking orange soda shit that we know today. And that's my fun history lesson for the podcast.
Yeah, around about late 41, early 42, they were like, they had to improvise because they ran out of the Coca-Cola and they just started, I don't know, they made a pretty good product, I assume, because
Basically, and it still lives on. There was I don't remember when they did it. They did a Fanta Classic run at one point where they did like literally like the Nazi era style bottles and all that shit in Europe.
Are you talking about like like they brought it back?
Yeah,
Kind of
they
like
brought
how
it back
Pepsi
in
did with
Europe.
Crystal Pepsi.
I was
Pretty
just about
much,
to
yeah.
mention Crystal Pepsi. I love
Could
Crystal
you imagine
Pepsi.
like you buy a bottle of that, like not
one of
knowing
the-
what it is, and you set it down on like the table and you give your grandfather like a super flashback?
Well, the thing is like, you know, we see Fanta Classic, right, and that run of it, and then like companies like Varstaleka, God bless their soul, because
I love
Varstaleka is a
Varstaleka.
great fucking company, but Varstaleka is running like Chocolate, which is German
yeah.
synthetic chocolate
Yeah.
from World War II.
Fun fact: MSA was
Have you
originally.
guys had that fucking chocolate?
The
Yes, I've
Coca-Cola?
had it.
Have you?
Yeah,
I have.
I've had it.
It's fantastic.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No idea.
There's a dark and light. So jot that down.
Here, type the name of it in chat. So
Here, I'll
know.
type it.
Chocolate. I'll send you a link. I will put the link to the Varstaleka store in the chat.
It's in general.
Dude.
Coca-Cola.
That fucking chocolate
Never heard of
is
it.
legit bomb as fuck. And it actually has like
A lot of caffeine.
ludicrous amount of
They
caffeine.
load it with caffeine. Yeah.
So much rain.
It's so fucking loaded with caffeine.
So it's like perverted diet.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's not quite Prevatin.
Prevatin, sorry, yeah.
You're not gonna pull that Finnish shoulder Prevatin bullshit off of it, but
I can't
it's-
believe that motherfucker did so much Adderall that he skated around and ate a bird raw.
dude, I fucked up once. I had 3 pieces of that shit, and oh my god, my whole body, like, I feel like I could see through my fucking legs,
You
dude.
had real life wall hacks.
Oh my god, it was wild.
Talking about real fast before we go to the next topic. Companies that were Nazis that are now good. Whoever it was that produced German gas masks in World War I and World War II rebranded. Now they have the Israeli army contract to make their
That
gas
that
masks.
must have been difficult for their marketing department to pull off.
No, but like, look at the Israelis post World War II, and look at how much German equipment they used. Like, there's a
Dude,
whole
they were fighting the Egyptians with MP40s.
I was gonna say this is me being a CNR nerd and a total FUD. But like there is this whole collector's market that is circled around Israeli K98 Mausers that have been rechambered to 7.62 NATO. Like,
you know, I've seen a few of those.
And like this is a thing, and they bring just stupid money. Like the last one I saw that came up was an unissued condition. I think it went through Rock Island Auctions, and it was like $2,500 for this unissued Israeli like Mauser and 7.62 NATO. And the best part is it's rechambered to 7.62 NATO. But if you look at the receiver and shit, there's still Waffen amps all over the receiver. So you're like seeing the Israeli crest on the receiver, and then there's fucking swastikas all down it.
My
And you're
favorite
like-
is the gun show guys that just write Nazi gun, $1,500.
On like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Yugo Mauser.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was gonna say
My friend pointed that out, was that it was a Yugo Mauser, and the guy's like, still a Mauser.
so. The best fake I've ever seen was a FN Browning 1922 pistol, 32 auto.
That's
and
that
it-
hammerless or whatever, right?
Yep, and it was a Luftwaffe gun. They were known to be issued to the Luftwaffe, and this gun was a Luftwaffe gun. It fell in the serial number range. It could have brought money on its own, as a Waffen amp mark. It had the Luftwaffe marks. It was great, but somebody had put some fake ass fucking Nazi swastika eagle grips on it,
Oh God!
What a meatball.
and then they tried to claim.
etched them into it.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, they were fake molded. Like somebody literally went through the process
so you could
to
get like original reproduction grips and fix it, but still.
yeah, but with Nazi eagles at the top,
Mm-hmm.
which they never did for the FN-22s. Like they never did this. It wasn't a thing. And even at like 19 years old at the gun show, I looked at it and looked at the dude and I was like, "This is a fucking fake. Like you're a dumbass." And
Authentic gun, fake grips, right?
exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly what it was. And he was like, I want $5,000 for it. And I'm like, it's a $1,500 gun. Like, and the worst part is, like, it had these shit ass fake grips on it, but it had real capture paperwork and it had real, like, the gun was real. It was legitimately a Luftwaffe fighter pilot's gun that had been shot down. The gun had been captured. And somewhere along the way, they took the wood grips off and put these shit-ass fake Nazi eagle grips on it. And, like,
Real quick, we're talking about like a P38 here.
no, this was a 32 auto pistol.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got to hold serial number 33 Luger. That was probably the coolest CNR.
Yeah, you
Whoa.
told me about this.
Yeah, and I know the owner of that firearm pretty well, and he said that he was never going to shoot the thing, but he has plenty of other Lugers to shoot.
Fucking base, dude.
Yeah, he has that.
You're gonna paint this gun, right?
I understand if it's like a one of one type of gun or some shit, but if you gotta get like a collectible, like a number 4, like a number 5 Enfield or something, and you're never gonna shoot it, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See, and
Goddamn thing.
this is where I struggle because I refuse to own anything I won't shoot.
Same.
And
I'm not at the
So-
point where I can just let something sit in a safe. All my guns I own right now are, I call them practical use. Like I'll shoot them at least once a year.
so
Yeah.
I have No, I like. I have two guns I have never shot. One is
What?
I have two guns I've never shot. One is
Cabot
a
1911.
no.
meteorite?
Nope, I shoot the fuck
Lord.
out of my Nighthawk. So the two guns I've never shot, I have a first year production Berthier carbine.
Oh
that I
my
have-
god!
Like and no shit 1891 dated Berthier carbine that I have never shot.
I
And-
would very much like to see a picture of that.
Ian has seen it. No, so both of these guns are French guns, and both of these guns Ian has offered me money for.
What? Really?
Wow.
So I have a first year
fuck you, Ian.
production. I have I refuse to sell them. I kind of think I made him butthurt.
You called him names.
No,
Ooh,
do not
wow,
sell
that's
those, dude.
Really not polite, man. You shouldn't call him names. That's really
So I have that first year production Berthier, and then I have a French Resistance made in a fucking basement Moss 36.
what?
Oh my god.
What?
That
What?
is like
What is going on?
I bought this gun for like $400, and it had a fucking
Fuck.
broken cartridge in the chamber. Like it had broken brass in the chamber. I had to buy a special tool to pull the brass out of it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
And that gun with the broken grass in the chamber is the one that Ian actually offered me money for, and was like, "I will buy that from you and trade you for this gun."
Can you say
and-
how much, or are you gonna keep
Dude.
that disclosed?
Dude, what?
He offered me a post-war Moss 36, and I think it was like $200. You know, so it was a fair. It was a fair offer. It was before the book came out. It was before his French rifle book came out.
Honestly, he
But
probably really wants it.
at the time, I knew that he was into French rifles, and he did his. I don't know if y'all remember the whole French rifle series, where like
Oh, yeah, I do.
like
Yeah, what?
8 or
like
9 weeks, it was just
Yeah.
nothing but French rifles.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
he started it with the LaBelle.
I
Yep, he
appreciate
started.
simping for someone who is actually shit at making guns.
So he started it with the LaBelle, and he went through everything, and I got this Moss 36, and I watched his video on the Moss 36, and I was like, hey, my markings don't fucking match up. Like, these don't match up at all. Like, what's going on here? So I emailed him out of fucking a whim, and I'll read the email. So I said, I emailed him. So my original email was like, "Sir, let me start by saying that I love your site and I love your YouTube channel, and I hope that you're able to keep up the amazing work for the years to come. Your French rifle series has sparked my interest in French small arms, and since then I have been trying to add some to my collection. Recently, I've acquired a particular Moss 36, and I was wondering if maybe you could help me out with it. The rifle is in amazing condition, dare I say unissued, and appears to be a pre-war rifle, but the odd part is the markings. The receiver is marked Moss MLE 1936, as it should be, but there is no serial number below that. Instead, there is a 3-digit serial number on the upper left side of the receiver, just to the left of the upper handguard. The number is also stamped on the bolt handle. The bottom of the receiver has what looks to be a T stamped on just in front of the floor plate assembly. I have done some searching on the internet and haven't been able to find any definite information on rifles marked in this manner. And I was wondering if you could have any insight. Thanks. My name. Ian messages me back. That rifle is, quote unquote, as I can tell, assembled from parts smuggled out of Saint Etienne complex during the German occupation. They seem to have been assembled by a bunch of small shops and can be found both completely without numbers and sometimes with 3-digit serial numbers like you described. Some are reportedly properly headspaced and shoot fine, and some are badly headspaced and unsafe, which I would believe mine is because it had broken brass in the chamber. I would not recommend shooting one. Get a proper issued MOS 36 instead if you want a shooter. There is a lot of speculation about these guns and not much written. What I know came from speaking to collectors and gunsmiths in France. If you ever decide to rid of it, I would be interested in buying it from you, as I do not have a 3-digit serial number example myself. I do have 2 of completely unmarked ones and would be happy to swap if that would be of interest to you. Signed, Ian.
That's really cool that he emailed you back.
Awesome.
Like, I emailed Ian on a whim, didn't think I would ever hear back from him, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been a backer on.
He has like a filter for certain stuff that the emails get through.
I'm sure he does, and
totally.
I have been a backer on all 3 of his books. Like, I am, like, no shit. Like, I'm happy to say I'm
collection eventually.
I'm backer 37 on, like, Pistols of the Warlords for the collector's edition. Like, I am.
My friend has that book.
Fucking books he did.
Like, I have all the books. I buy all the head stamp books. And when I got my French Rifles books and was flipping through it and got to the MOS 36 part of the book, I saw he did a small snippet, and it's very small, and I will be honest, I refused the offer to take the rifle. Like, I kept the rifle. I still have that 3-digit rifle.
What is wrong with you, man?
I don't sell guns. That's what's wrong with me.
Yeah, I don't
all
either.
my guns and parts.
But
I have never sold
The only gun
a
I've
gun
sold
in my
away is
life.
the High Point.
I sold one gun in my life. It was a Stevens 311B 20-gauge side-by-side by shotgun. And
What's wrong with you? That's a piece of fucking rare. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I legitimately, you're gonna laugh. I spent 7 years looking for a replacement, and I just got one from Copper Custom, like 2 years ago.
You ordered from that simp?
Yeah, I did order from that simp.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, he's such a fucking simp. He's
Okay.
He is such a fucking simp, and we can go into detail from that.
We'll do that on another episode, real fast.
I
really want to talk about this.
I've ordered 2 guns from Copper, and I've been to the shop in person. I have the Stevens 311A that I ordered from him, and I have. If you go way back through their their Facebook posts, you'll find an unissued H&R M1 Garand that's still in the Cosmoline. That gun is collection because I bought it.
Nice. Okay. I really want to talk about this Minutemen thing that's going around.
Here, honestly,
because obviously
do you think this will
had-
take a while? Because if you want to, we could elaborate on this more next week. We're an hour and a half now.
I think that we could talk about this for about 10 minutes and close.
All right, that sounds good to me.
I like it. All right, because we had the Threeper thing, and that kind of died out because it just. I don't feel like guns was a hotbed of an issue when that was coming out, or the Second Amendment.
Hey.
Yep.
If we want to talk about more shit, we can literally just split the episode in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this doesn't have to be one episode.
Or we can just make the first episode a big, really cool dumpster fire that everyone wants to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna step out here for a second because I gotta take a wee break and get more booze from
gotta pee.
Hey, I've been standing here. I sat through that. I didn't sit through. I enjoyed that vintage rifles conversation. I'm not a vintage rifles guy yet. The oldest rifle I own is from 1979. Ford, just shut up. Um,
No,
and I'm a practical use guy right now, and that's probably because
I
my
know.
age right now.
I was fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
So I actually went to the dark side and I got a Cura Relics FFL,
Hey,
and I actually have that stuff just sent to my apartment at this point because that's pretty much all I buy at this point.
I'm on pay.
Like
Ping?
the prize of my collection right now is a legitimate vet bring back 1903 A4 sniper rifle that saw service in Europe.
Fuck you. Ping is so far past us in terms of like milsurp shit. Fucking asshole. Ping is like, we are all just fucking peasants. to
Yes.
him.
Like
I have
the
like
second
I have
the
like
second
a fucking rack grade, kind of rough. Number 5 Mark 1 Enfield jungle carbine, and like I'm like, oh hey, I love this thing so much. But like to Ping, that would be like, what is this fucking garbage? Get this shit
You
out.
know what the sad part is you say that I don't own a number 5. The only infield I own is a number 4 Mark
I know.
1 made by Savage.
I know, dude. I saw this shit at a local.
I think he broke
He
up.
cut out a tad.
Anyways, the
bad.
second gym in my collection. So I have that 1903-04 that was brought back by a vet, and it's a vet bring back. It's got a duffel cut and all that good shit. The second
duffel
gym
cut.
in my collection is a Walther PPK rig. It's got an Airstots holster that's made out of compressed paper. It's got both magazines.
Fuck.
It is a PPK and 32 auto. It's Waffen-Amp Mark, and to top it all off, and the sniper rifle is rarer, and that's
Is
the only
it?
way. The only reason it's the gym in my collection. The PPK is second because it is a Dural framed PPK, meaning that it is a copper / aluminum alloy frame PPK.
Yeah.
And I refuse to shoot it because I'm afraid that I'll fucking hurt it.
Okay, what's the number 1?
The 03A4 because I'm afraid to blow out the fucking crosshairs in the scope.
Oh man.
Because that 03A4 still has its original scope on it.
My jungle carbine is my grail gun, basically.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, fuck you. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. But I mean, it's kind of a rough example of a jungle carbine.
You
But
have a jungle carbine. It doesn't matter what shape it's in.
yeah, exactly. Fuck it. Fuck that. Yeah, I shoot it too. So yeah, I love shooting it. I shoot my garbage hand loads through it.
Robots say what?
You?
It is.
Exactly.
It is kind of like deciphering a foreign language with you right now, Forges, a little bit.
Is my
Hey,
like Apollo
While we're on the subject change, cool subject that we can talk about. Coolest guns you've ever handled.
I shot a
Go.
suppressed MP5 one time at one of those ranges that you like get a few shots at a gun. It's like, I don't know, $5 a gun, something like that. That was pretty neat. I haven't really handled too much cool shit because I'm young and poor. That was fun.
Everybody else go because I'll do mine last because I don't want to make anybody mad.
Oh, because you're gonna one up us again.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to one up everybody, but I have gotten to handle some cool shit.
No, he is. He's gonna like make some weird flex. He will. Oh, fuck.
Everybody sounds like robots.
For me, it's just forges. I think it might be on your end. You sound fine.
I might.
No, even you sound like a robot right now.
Oh. Am I good for you, forges?
No, you're great for me.
Yeah, probably on pings end then.
Okay,
What?
I got you guys now.
What?
So, coolest guns I've handled, and this is just stuff I've touched, never fired. I got to handle a new in box, never fired 308 caliber Walther W28 or WA2000.
Wow.
And I got to handle both variants of the HK P7 XM9 prototype guns.
If it's handled, never fired, I'll change my response. One time, a guy at a gun show let me handle well, there was an original, it was at the same gun show, different people, original M1D sniper, which was neat. I got to hold it and pick it up and everything. And another guy at a different table let me handle a 1941 Johnson rifle that he was selling for $5,000, and I was about $4,500 short that day. That was neat too. Really nice to handle. Better balancing than it looks. It looks like kind of a really weird gun whenever you just look at it, but holding it, it feels great.
I've heard a lot of people say that the Johnson is a lot nicer than it looks.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Apparently they're nice shooting, but I wouldn't know. Pretty soft shooting.
Ian knows, but I don't know because I've never even touched.
Whoa, is that cat pictures?
Cat pics?
Oh, cat check.
I don't know. You guys always make me feel bad with the cat checks.
Damn, that's like a cat flex, son. Damn.
Or
Alright,
Harambe
I'm
or
back.
oh, there you are. Okay, I don't know if Harambe's
Yeah.
here either.
I don't know. I was downstairs grabbing my drinks, and I was looking at my Pattern 83 vest and said, "Hey, how many could I fit in there?" So I'm wearing my Pattern 83 right now with a few drinks in it.
All of them.
Don't even tempt me because I'll go get my fucking microfight and I'll try to shove shit into it.
So right now I have 3 Trulies in the front, and I didn't grab enough. I grabbed 3 Trulies and 2 Twisted Teas.
Fucking king.
The lemonade Trulies, by the way.
All right, Minutemen. Topic change.
Okay, yeah.
Minutemen.
Yeah. Because I know we were talking like classic rifles, and Harambe has a buddy that's super into it. So I figure if we have a first podcast guest, that'd be a good guy to talk to it about. But yeah, the new Minuteman thing literally sprung up out of nowhere, and it's using the it's using the Fallout 4 Minutemen logo. Yeah. Do you think we could get, all right, in this podcast right now, do you think we could start posting on all of our accounts and try and get the "Keep Your Rifle by Your Side" from Far Cry 5 as like our national anthem or our hymn to battle?
Yep.
I do think we can do that, and if we're gonna talk
I'm
on
not
the
saying
real
it as
side,
the thing is a joke. I'm just saying I think that'd be funny or cool.
no,
I
it would
think it'd
be
be
funny,
cool.
and
It's a good song.
Hey, 556.
Yeah,
Are you wearing your fucking carrier right now?
I just sent a picture to the group chat. Yeah.
You are wearing it?
Not my plate carrier. I'm wearing my chest rig.
Why the
I was gonna
fuck
say,
not?
why is that weird? Because I'm wearing my LV-119
that's not
right now.
I was just about to go out to my truck and grab my carrier. No,
My
was the
plate carrier is
thing.
sitting in a box right now.
no, it's fine.
I
I'm
have
just gonna
the
go put it on anyway.
Okay.
Anyways,
I
back
do
to
like
the.
That's fine. I'll just put my job.
I'm drunk right now. Sorry. The
Back to
Minuteman
the
thing is cool
Minuteman
'cause
thing.
about the
No.
neighbor thing, like help your neighbor.
Can I
So,
get
like-
no? Can I get a cat check?
Cat check. Cat's not in the room right now.
Check.
Cat's in the other room. I can't cat check right now.
Oh, hang on.
No, wait. I can cat
She ain't
check.
looking at me, but I just got a picture. Anyway, so the Minutemen thing, I like it. I think it's gonna turn out to be a positive as long as people with a BMI over 30 and Hawaiian shirts don't take over.
I give it a week.
That's my worry about the Minuteman thing. So I disconnected from
same.
the Boogaloo. I disconnected from the Boog thing.
Same
The
thing.
big
After
thing
wi-
was memes.
So I disconnected from Boog. I was actually like a Boog thing, right? Like I identified with the movement until Whiskey 556 happened. After the
Oh, Whiskey Warrior 556. Yeah.
After the Whiskey Warrior 556 thing happened, I disconnected. And I looked for a new movement for a while, and it wasn't that movement at the time, but I kind of latched onto the same ideals of the keep your rifle by your side, be ready to defend your community, that kind of thing, and that's where I've been ever since.
I will say I kind of adopted that too because I had with me at my house I used to live at with roommates. I'd have at least one gun and 3 loaded mags for every person in the house.
And that's where I'm lucky as an individual, right? Like I'm married, but my wife shares my ideals,
Yeah, I'm
And-
single as
and
can
it-
be.
and she's willing to train the same way I am. So we both have that Minuteman mentality, and that's both kind of what we latched onto after the Whiskey Warrior 556 ordeal.
That
So we
mess.
both kind of, that train wreck. So we both latched onto this, hey, this is how we should be. This is what the Second Amendment originally pictured. Anyways, I can own whatever gun I want, but let's just, I'm here for my neighbors and, that kind of thing. So we've turned into this whole Minuteman mentality, and we've both went to that kind of mentality, and that's where we are right now, personally. And I hope that we don't end up the same way the Boog mentality did.
That
It's-
went to shit real fast. One,
It went to
Whiskey
sh-
Warrior. Two, when those guys
exactly what you're
were.
talking about.
Two, when those the Boog people were associating with Black Lives Matter, when the whole Lolbert, it doesn't matter what side they're on, they're against the government.
You can come fuck my wife, Requise.
Yeah, and that's where me and my wife are right now. We're kind of in this Minuteman mentality of, hey, we're ready to do what we need to do.
I feel like that's
If-
always how it should be. Not,
And that's how it should be.
outwardly wanting to fight the government. Because did you see that video I put on my story the other day about the SWAT team clearing the house?
Yes.
Look, you may hit 1 or 2 of them, but you got 5, 6, maybe even 7 guys going into your room, and you're going to get about 40, 50 holes in you.
Mhm.
You're not going to win the fight when the SWAT team shows up to your house. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. And
And
Unless
I
you
got
have
a
the
bunch of
Tannerite dog.
or the Boomba.
the Boomba.
We'll talk favorite Boog memes later, but
No, so looking back, right? So, and maybe I'm a little different than you guys, or maybe I'm not. I watch a lot of primary and secondary and listen to their podcast, and one of the things that stuck with me from one of their podcasts about the Second Amendment and Minuteman kind of concepts, right? Was when they come for us and when they come for the guys like me, you, Forges, 556, all of our guys, they're not gonna do it as this mass movement. They're gonna label us as terrorists and they're gonna come for us one by one, and it's gonna be well, this guy was a domestic terrorist and we breached his house with flashbangs and fucking rifles and he ate 47 fucking rounds because he tried to do X, Y, and Z. Like, they're not gonna label us as this overall movement. They're gonna be like, this guy was crazy kind of thing.
He had a couple thousand rounds and 6 guns.
That's already where we're at,
Well,
pretty much.
Oh,
I mean-
which is where we're already at, because if people knew what I owned, even though most of that is CNR,
I keep
Most
a lot
of
of my
that-
stuff secret. There's only a few people that know what I really have. I don't post all my stuff on Instagram.
I'll dox myself here a little bit because most of it is registered anyways, right? I have a CNR license. I have 97 guns alone. Like, that's what's sitting in my safe.
You have a safe
Um,
that holds 97? Nice.
I have 3. And again, most of that is pre-1950. It's not even viable today as a combat arm.
It could be,
Because
but it's not the best.
I don't know. Maybe the Grands are.
Oh,
Best
you can
rifle
make that
going into
debate,
the war,
absolutely.
worst rifle coming out. I mean,
The Grands and the SKSs are okay. They're viable, but like outside of that, nothing is viable. All of it's a collector history interest kind of thing. But you look at the news stories that come out, and they're like, "Oh, we raided such and such house, and he had 3 guns and 1,000 rounds of ammunition. He had an arsenal."
it's
I'm
like, dude,
like-
I have that in my car.
Like, that's no shit. Like, I've rolled around in my fucking Ranger with a Mark 18 and 2,000 rounds of ammunition before.
A couple of my buddies a while back got pulled over with, I don't know the specifics, but they got pulled over with 14 long guns, I think anywhere from 6 to 10 handguns, and probably 3,000 rounds of ammo between all those guns because they were all multi-caliber different rounds. And they were just sitting there like, if the state trooper doesn't know his stuff, we're probably going to get our ass to like exit the vehicle and searched.
Yeah.
But they got pulled over in a small county, and the guy was like, no firearms. And they were just like, yeah.
Oh,
but
y'all
he
are
was
some
cool
gun
about it.
people, ain't you?
I mean, I've gotten, not me personally, but I've had a friend that was pulled over by an individual, and he's like me. He carries a 1911 on a daily basis. And the officer didn't know how to clear a 1911. He didn't know about the safety, any of that. Like,
Oh, God.
my buddy had to show him on the side of the road how to clear a 1911 because this officer did not know.
Man,
And that goes down the whole debate of who should own firearms, police, military, stuff like that.
no, the police are the only ones that are well trained enough, is what I've heard.
Oh, obviously. But they want to defund them.
Here's a good question.
Taser, bang!
What is the first experience you ever had in your life with any entity that wanted to check or inspect or take your guns, any kind of thing like that?
Personally, I
BLM
never ever,
Ranger, forestry, whatever.
Oh,
I'm-
like
me
in terms of
personally,
police?
Anything. police, game warden, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
First experience you ever had where someone wanted to like look at your guns.
Okay. It's never happened to me with guns. It's happened with other stuff.
The FUD range officer.
Okay.
I was gonna say for me,
not range
it's-
officer. Fuck them.
No, so for me, the only negative experience I've had across the board was a FUD range officer that requested to see my tax stamps for my Mach 18
fucking
and my Surefire suppressor that rides on my Mach 18. He wanted to
my
see
God.
both.
You should have told him it might
Because
zone
because it's not a legal
You
requirement.
tell us his
I
name.
don't have to.
Go fuck his wife or something.
It's not a legal requirement, right? So I have my Form 1 and I have my Form 4 for the Surefire. Like, I don't have to carry my tax stamp with me. Like, I have them, and the only people that are legally allowed to request those are ATF or IRS. Like, those are the only two people that can legally ask me to see my tax stamp.
So
And this
what's
range
the deal with
officer-
local law enforcement then?
This range officer.
Fucking gay cunt.
So this range officer asked me to see it. I literally showed him a postage stamp.
And
I
did he
keep
buy
a
it?
postage stamp in my gun. Oh, he ate it up, fucking hook, line, and sinker. Like it was one of the fucking military working dog special edition postage stamps. And he's like, I need to see your tax stamp. And I showed him this, and he like bought it. That was my NFA tax stamp.
Oh my God.
That was a 6-foot joke. Must have went right over his head.
Nah. Well, 3/5 of us.
Well, and like that's not even the best thing.
Compromise, man.
So I have a joke.
Did you get it in the
joke.
month of June?
I have a joke ID, and it looks like a driver's license, but it's a Class 3 license
Oh no.
for all my Class 3 stuff in case somebody asks for it. And it looks like a driver's license, but it says like ATF Class 3 on it. That if somebody ever asked me, I need to see your Class 3
Name,
license.
address, stuff like that. Yeah.
This is what I'll show them. I'll be like, oh, here's my Class 3 license. It looks like a driver's license.
King goes to prison for several felonies.
Well, and the best part is, so like out of all this, right? And I've talked to you guys in the Discords and all that. Most of my shooting is done at a law enforcement training center, and they don't give a fuck.
Oh,
Like-
I've heard some pretty interesting stories from those places.
Like
Wait.
they don't give a here. They don't give a fuck. I walk out with my fucking MP5 SBR with the suppressor on it, and they go, "Hey, dude, that's cool as fuck. Can I shoot it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Here you go. Here's fucking a 30-round mag of subs, and have fun."
It's kind of based.
That happened to
But-
me in Kansas City. I don't mean to detract real fast. There was this guy teaching his girlfriend how to shoot a 22 long rifle pistol about 2 stalls down from me. They were both really young. I think couldn't have been older than 20. And they saw me shooting because I when I come up to the range, I bring at least 2 rifles and 2 or 3 handguns with me.
Nice.
And I saw both of them looking at me, and I was like, "Do you guys maybe want to take a spin on these things? You want to shoot them?" Because all they had were 22 long rifle with them.
Mhm.
So I think at the end of the day, that was a pretty good thing to do. Is
It is.
letting people shoot your guns is kind of a good thing,
Well,
as long as they
and,
aren't dicks about it.
and that's how you shift the Overton window, right?
Yes. Exactly.
I saw this girl shoot an AK-47, and she had the biggest smile on her face.
So, like,
No,
like
you mean a
real talk.
PK-47.
Dude, I have a really good
47.
Shut up, 7-7.
Shut the fuck up.
So
Nobody
like
cares
real
about
talk,
you.
we shit on Lucas, right? We shit on Lucas. We shit on the things he does. But one of the things that Lucas is really good at is shifting that Overton window.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Here's the cool shit. Here's the suppressors. Here's the short
he
barrel
uploaded
rifles.
a picture of an
Here-
RSASS.
Hey, this is something I've been saying about fucking like Demo Ranch for years. He gets the normie people into guns.
I
He
saw that.
does.
I saw that
My-
in the Gaunt video when he
entry
uploaded
level.
it.
And
Yeah.
he does so much more than the NRA ever has done to get normal people into guns.
My only bitch with like Demo is he refuses to get political at all.
He's a
Yeah.
fucking
Which
bitch
I-
about that.
Yeah, he does. But
From
but-
one standpoint, I get it. Like you don't want to lose your base, but at the same point,
Yeah.
you like are the biggest gun tuber on YouTube. Like
but there's
Since
also
you
FPS
could
Russia.
be subtly political to shift
Yes.
that Overton window more than you already are,
yes.
and you
But
refuse to do it
honestly-
because you want your mansion.
No, honestly, I think, dude, he's got like a really good job as like a animal vet or something. Honestly, I think him just being like a fucking normie dude who like, let's shoot shaving cream and shit, does so much more than any of the fucking NRA's dumb like fucking American Rifleman ads and shit like buy silver and join the
Oh
American
yeah.
for free or whatever fucking gay shit.
100% agree.
Dude, he has gotten so many like Call of Duty players into being like probably Pro 2A.
He has Tarkov streamers too.
Exactly.
I feel like Brandon Herrera is starting to branch into that market too with his
Yeah.
streaming.
Brandon is 100%
Brandon
in that
Herrera
market.
is
You know what? If anybody, Brandon is more in that market because he's working with like Eli Double Tap and all of those guys that do the Tarkov streaming. Like he's in that same space as those guys. And legitimately, the only thing outside of that Brandon has done is the AK-50 and gun meme review. Like outside of that, he does not bring much to the community.
I only very recently started getting into like Brandon Herrera shit, like within the last year or something. I think I found him.
I've been watching him for about the last year or two also, yeah.
I only found him through Gun Meme Review, and I was like, wait, what? Like,
I'm pretty sure I started watching him about the time of the Grandmaster J stuff was the gun meme reveal.
So I'll be honest, I've been a Patreon of Brandon for a while. So I found him before that because, well, and I'll defend myself. Yeah, because I wanted to see the AK-50 become a thing.
It is very cool that it's a self-funded project because he's taking his own time out and he's doing that, which is incredible.
Yeah, no, Brandon Herrera is cool, but he's best analog I have is that Brandon Herrera is Carl Casarda if Carl Casarda isn't like a total fucking weirdo.
I only wish that FPS Russia stayed off the weed, man.
Oh, dude. Rip.
Yeah, I grew up watching FPS Russia.
Let's be honest, though, nobody should be losing their gun rights over fucking weed.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
No,
Dude,
110%
TKA
horseshit.
rights are
When
great.
this stuff goes legal federally, he should have everything brought back to him.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be retroactive. That'd be fucking.
He should have everything brought
He
back.
should have everything brought back to
before
him by
that.
now. Yeah, he should have
If
already
it's
gotten it,
not
honestly.
retroactive, it's fucking bullshit.
I think they probably melted his guns down, crushed them, whatever.
No, they're probably using him on fucking raids.
No, I guarantee you they are. No, I guarantee you they are. They stole his guns and they are using those for like, hey, get to know your fucking local law enforcement and like shoot a fucking parrot or some gay shit like that.
So I don't know how closely you guys followed that, but you guys do know like his NFA dealer got like
Murdered.
He got killed. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
No, not
It's
just
around my- I remember.
the motherfucker was
shot in the
found
head in
like,
a shop.
No, he was found tied to a chair,
Oh.
executed in his
I know.
shop.
All this. Yes, I am an old piece of shit. Yes, correct.
Man, if only gun Instagram was back, like the memes would have been so good when that happened.
The
if that
memes
happened
would
in
have been
2021.
insane.
Ooh.
I think
Imagine
when
the-
did gun Instagram start? Like what? 2014?
Probably
2015?
2016. I think like meme
2016
culture,
was like the peak
16 or
year.
17.
meme culture as we know it today was
19.
largely shaped in 2016, like during the elections.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
memes became politicized.
Yeah,
Meme
really.
culture started in like 2016.
Well,
That's when they
modern meme culture. Meme culture's been a thing for
memes
longer than
got
we've been a thing.
Oh, it's been forever and forever.
2016.
Memes day back to, before we even were
Rambe.
daddy's nuts.
Oh yeah, well,
Oh,
memes,
he's back.
Rambe.
memes date back for a while, but meme culture as a political movement is like 2016, 2017.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
beg to differ.
Agreed.
I think memes as a political thing dates back to World War II. Kilroy.
It
was
does,
here.
true. But
Gilroy was pretty solid.
Probably
Where it was
Dude.
here.
we have
Probably
now
pre 1900.
Rambe. Hey, Rambe.
Yes.
Can you crank your mic volume to max, please?
How's this?
Ooh, that's a lot better, actually.
I hear
You
you're
can just
fine.
turn them up on your end as well if you right click on them.
Can I?
Yeah.
Rambe, say something again.
Say something again.
Oh, that's a lot better, actually. Thank you, sir.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hello, King. Podcast King.
All right. I hate to cut us off here. We're at 2 hours 10 minutes right now. I still need to do shit because I'm gonna be
No.
going on a trip until like next Thursday, and I want to get this uploaded tonight, and I still don't know how to do that, so that'll take me a while. So I need to do a lot of
You want
shit.
to upload it
possibly.
tonight?
Wall of
Well,
cool time is what you're
I
saying.
think this was a really good episode to start with. We'll probably
Hey,
shorten
Twitter.
them down, but the people are they get our culture now.
If you're still
Are
here,
we ending?
They've
Go
probably
fuck
gone to
yourself.
sleep. I think this is going to be something people listen to when their parents are arguing about them
No, they
spending
won't.
$30K on
custody.
Probably. But real talk, are we ending with Wall of Cool?
Oh yeah, the cool wall.
Oh, wait.
Five
Wait,
guns.
Wait,
right now.
wait. Can we have the outro song be Mexican Radio by Wall of Voodoo?
Only if you sing it for us right now.
Right.
I'm on the Mexican Radio. Whoa. I don't know how that fucking song goes.
Okay.
Good enough.
All right. 5 guns.
Close enough.
All right. We have 5 people in right now. Everyone think of a gun in your mind. I'll go first and we'll say the guns and then we'll say which one's cool and which one fucking sucks, okay?
Oh, we have to pick a best and a worst.
Okay.
No. We're going to say not cool, ice
Okay.
cold, and
Just pick
fucking
a
hot,
gun.
like bad, okay?
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. So for this, I'm
Come on, bitch.
sticking. All right. So
Come on.
it goes very hot, lukewarm,
Come on.
cool, cold, ice cold. Okay. All right. Those are the 6.
This is not a Top
So-
Gear ripoff.
Bitch.
So for this,
End your gun.
don't send us a cease and desist. All right. For my
Come
first
on.
gun, I'm going with my first AR-15 I ever bought, which was the Smith & Wesson MP-15 Sport Tail.
We're gonna give that lukewarm.
Cool.
Number
cool.
5, Mark 1, Enfield.
Hot.
Boosty.
Ruger 1022.
Hot.
So hot right now.
It's hot.
Just so
No,
in
you
right
want it
now.
to be cold, by the way. Cold is cool.
Oh.
Gay
Oh,
yeah.
is no.
Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, we'll fix it next
So
time.
hot right now.
We need one more.
Isn't cool. Oh.
So
Wait,
so
isn't 556 the tallest here?
Yes.
Yes.
fucking gigantic.
Allegedly.
Get rid of him. Get him out of here.
What's the weather like up there, bud?
Little
Yeah,
humid right now because I'm in the fucking
not a
Midwest.
lot of oxygen.
So mine, I've got to go off my namesake, the M1 Garand.
Ice cold.
Ice cold.
Damn.
Goes in the freezer.
Fucking coolest thing since sliced bread.
Ice bread.
And
I would put the
1936.
I would put the Smith and Wesson M&P Sport 2 in lukewarm.
Yeah, I think lukewarm's solid for that. Because, I mean, it works, but it's not exactly a very Gucci option.
The trigger leaves more to be desired.
And
then I think I think the I think the Ruger 1022 is cool.
I love 1022s. I love
Dang it.
mine.
I think it's cool.
Dope.
Okay, what was the
DOP.
criteria here? It's the coolest gun you own?
No, just name a gun and we'll rate it. Any gun.
Number 5 Mark 1 Enfield.
Cool.
That's mega fucking cool.
Cool.
Fuck both of you who think it's not cool.
I think it's cool. It's just not Ruger 1022 cool.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said.
One is higher up than the
No,
other.
Where do you live?
I'll give it to that because you can take the Ruger 1022 and make it into anything you
You
want.
can make
it
a
to be.
P90. You can make a G36.
Dude, Israel uses it as a less than
You
lethal.
can
It's
only
awesome.
make a 1022 into more Bubba shit. That's the thing. Like, a 1022 can only become more Bubba.
How is it Bubba?
I was gonna
How
say,
is
if
a base
you do the
1022
Have you
Bubba?
seen the fucking
That's
weird
not a Bubba.
stocks for fucking 1022?
No, I think it's only a Bubba if you like kind of jerry rig your own shitty contraption for it. If you buy like
no,
a
it's
factory
all
P,
Bubba.
if you
No,
well buy
peak Bubba on a 1022 would be like that
I don't know.
Gatling
I'm
gun
not from the
conversion.
Midwest, so ask the other.
No, peak Bubba on a 1022 is if you fucking Dremel it out, freaking saws off the barrel and the stock.
Of
And, like-
course, this is the one time Rambe speaks up is about Bubba shit.
I was having technological issues all evening. Forgive me.
Sure.
We Bubba saying just call this podcast the Harambe.
We gotta. All right. Smith and Wesson M&P Sport 2, lukewarm. Ruger 1022, cool. Mark 5, cool. M1 Garand, ice cold. No, ice cold is good. It goes in the freezer.
Gorilla hands coming through. Fucking-
Okay, Forges, what was yours?
Number 5 Mark 1.
cool.
Okay, wait, what was Harambe's?
I was trying to fucking get to
I
that.
said
Okay,
1020.
sorry, I'm drunk right now.
Maybe if you'd fucking told
Just say the fucking thing. I need
Dude,
to
the
sleep.
Pattern 83, that Pattern 83 is feeding me booze right now. Sorry.
my desk is feeding me booze right now.
Okay, say your fucking gun.
My Homer bucket is feeding me booze.
My all-time favorite gun in the world, a fucking 1911, preferably made by Colt.
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
Oh, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, that's lukewarm, bud.
Get that boomer shit out of
Oh
here.
my gosh.
This is coming from someone who has 1911.
This is somebody that has a Colt 1911. That's
So do I.
lukewarm shit.
It's not. Think about it. What
I've
kind
thought
of
about it.
innovation would we have today without that
Dude.
legendary piece?
My M1 was nice, was ice cold. Your 1911 is lukewarm.
But does
guarantee you I
that
can
mean that we have to
smoke.
make the, I don't know, Gewehr 98 Mauser ice cold just because it inspired other bolt actions? No.
We'll
Yeah,
wait till next episode.
All right. I'm calling it.
We're at 2 hours
We
and 10 minutes.
are
We gotta
2:15
record an
now.
outro.
Well,
We're gonna
we
record
don't.
an outro and we're gonna get this done.
No, we don't need an outro. We're just going to say
Okay.
goodbye to our lovely people. I doubt anybody's still listening.
They've probably already fallen asleep or
Three
put a
people.
bullet in their
All right,
head.
same time next week. We'll get another one out to you.
same
Assholes.
time next week we'll be here. If you're still listening right now, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you for staying tuned to the autism, and have a great fucking evening. Good night.
I also hate all